What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to wrap up the Arctic Thunder. There's just a few little odds and ends that we're going to button up and some things that I wanted you to be aware of because you might be tempted to let these things slide like I was. So we'll talk about the first item, and it's this bracket underneath the steering bar, not really a steering wheel. I thought that this bracket really just served as a way to route the cables, to serve, just like serving as a conduit basically, and that's it. It does more than that. Here was my dilemma. My piece was cracked, absolutely cracked. The pipe itself was busted off and broken, and I thought, well, no big deal. We can just deal without it. Put all this back together, and then before the last video, I had to do a steering calibration. That's where the problems came into play. You see, in order for my steering bar to pass its calibration, it had to have something that limit its travel, and that's the secondary purpose of this piece of pipe here, to limit the travel of the bar. Since I didn't have that in place, it failed the test. The only way I could get it to pass the calibration is if I physically held my fist like this so that the bars would have something to smack against, to limit that travel. So I thought, okay, well, now it's definitely time to go ahead and order the new part from Rehab. The reason I had some hesitation is this thing is 50 bucks. I thought, well, it doesn't make any sense. Well, it really does. A couple things to take note. So this piece, the original piece, had just a few tack welds here and here. And that's probably why this thing failed. The new piece from Rehab is actually TIG welded all the way around. So this should be a lot stronger and should last a lot longer. Don't skip on it because you're going to kick yourself later on when you can't get this thing to pass the calibration test. And that is a big deal when you consider the game won't start until it passes that test. The next thing is going to be something that, once again, you could kind of overlook. These are the brackets. These are the brackets that connect the front of the cabinet to the actual seat of the cabinet. And you got 2 bolts here, 2 bolts here. And this bracket here on this side was fine, no big deal. The bracket on the other side had actually stripped out, and so I couldn't really fasten both sides of the seat to the rest of the cabinet. So I went to eBay and found a great secondhand seller. I'll probably link his store in the description below, and was able to pick up another set, not only of just the brackets, but the correct hardware with washers and all that. So that's going to be good to go. Okay, so with the boring stuff out of the way, now it was time to address something that is cosmetic, but when you think about it, it gets a lot of use, and that's the actual grips on the handles. These things were gone. There was really no grip left on these things. They were just smooth. You can see these new grips have ridges, and they actually grip. They help you maintain your grip. So it's and the thing that you're going to hang on to. So much like the seat, if the seat was damaged, I would have to replace that. So while I was at the Rehab website with this bracket in my cart, I went in and picked up a set. And these are not very straightforward. Maybe the process is straightforward, or the procedure is straightforward, but the process is not. So to get these off, if you ever changed grips on like a motorcycle or an ATV, these are not always the easiest thing to get off. So what I had to do was cut the old ones off, just peel those out of the way, clean up. I don't know if it was adhesive or just sticky residue from years and years of use. Clean that off completely with like some goof off or some acetone, and then apply some oil, not grease, but oil to the pipe, and then slide the grips on, and fits nice, good to go. And hopefully the new owner of this arcade will enjoy his new grips. Or her grips. Their grips. The owners, whoever they are. Moving on. And with it all back together, I gotta say this thing looks great, but it is bittersweet because I'm not gonna be able to hold on to this one. I just don't have the room in my arcade, considering some of the new arcades I have coming. So this bad boy, unfortunately, has got to go. But it has been a ton of fun working on it, learning as I go, overcoming some of the obstacles, checking out the Unico monitor and installing it in here, and having that actually be basically a plug-and-play install was awesome. Other than that, the cabinet was in great shape. The plastic was in great shape. Love having the ability to just go to suzohap.com and order some of the stock original parts. That definitely helped out. And then some of the great retailers on eBay reselling some of this stuff from other cabinets helped out a ton also. But it's been fun working on it. learning as I go. Hopefully you've enjoyed the videos, but now it is time to let this thing go, and it's time to let you go. But I'll see all of you right back here next time. Peace. Okay, I'm gonna play it one more time. Just one more time. Come on. It's fine, right?